All right. Well, since Naz did his whole "I'm sorry, I must release you" thing, that's kind of the green light to just go to town on it. So I'll just start swinging some more.
Are you going to wreck it?
Not really.
All right, you hit.
Well, you get a reroll.
You get to reroll 1d6.
True.
All right, you did additional 4, so that's 13. Let's see.
Man. Don't die.
Okay, so it needs to do. Okay, you smash it in the head. Its head pretty much kind of turns a full 360 as you hear the audible snap of its neck, and it collapses to the ground.
Are we out of combat right now?
You are now officially out of combat, and it doesn't look like
Okay.
the thing is getting it back up.
I'm gonna search its corpse.
Okay.
Yeah, what did it have on it?
It had a harp, which I'll go ahead and pull that up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look to Naz for all of this since it seemed to stand out to him.
Okay.
Kind of follow his lead.
So the harp is glowing. It seems to be actually kind of making its own sort of music as it kind of resonates. It seems to be made of a dark stained wood, and it seems to be in pretty good condition, and obviously it seems to be magical because it's freaking glowing.
Right. Okay. I'd like to hold on to the harp. Does anyone have anything to say about that?
No, I wrote down the inventory notes, but if you want to take it, go for it.
I'm not going to say that I'm going to take it, but I'll hold on to it.
I'm just super
Um,
excited staring at it. Whoever takes it can take it. I'm just
It
like,
seems
oh
to be
my gosh.
it seems to be playing on its own right now.
Wow, that's
I mean, it's pretty soft,
phenomenal.
but it is making sounds.
You guys ever heard smoke on the water?
Is it playing Stairway to Heaven?
No Stairway to Heaven.
Oh.
It's not allowed in this dungeon.
Oh.
Denied.
Okay, can I just say, from what he's wearing when he walked in here, does he look like he came recently?
No, definitely not. In fact, the only reason it's probably even like still not like dust at this point is probably because of the necromantic magic that was kind of keeping it functional.
Oh, and I can tell that there's necromantic magic.
It's a zombie. It's necromantic magic.
Okay.
It's. I mean, in as far as 5th edition is concerned, pretty much it's pretty obvious that there's like kind of energy and stuff, like its eyes kind of glow and stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah.
So he has nothing else of value on him?
Nope, just that very fancy harp.
Okay, does it look... I guess the best way I can put it is, does it look legit? Am I getting a bad feeling from the harp?
I mean, you could do an Arcana roll, but I mean, from what you can't really. I mean, all you know is it seems to be making kind of like a very. It's making light tones as far as and that's it seems to just be kind of making light tones and some sort of melody that's not really known.
Okay.
But as far as it being evil or some sort of alignment, you can't really tell.
All right, but it doesn't seem evil. Like,
It doesn't have skulls on it.
All right, then I'd like to urge the group to continue on.
Okay. Where do you wish to go next? The ceiling gets higher as you guys go further towards the west if you end up going that way.
Yes, I'd like to.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay, I will open it in just a sec. Okay.
Oh wait, I should lead.
Nazmir, since as you move away from the dead undead, the glow of the harp seems to fade, and
I'm sorry,
it doesn't.
what was that, Brian?
As you move away from the zombie, the tones of the music kind of fade, and eventually the glow kind of wears off, or at least it turns
As
off.
we walk away from...
As you walked away from the zombie.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to point this out to everyone else.
I mean, they definitely notice it, no longer producing music, and it's no longer glowing.
Okay, I'd like to further investigate the zombie then.
Okay. When you move closer to the zombie, it starts to glow again once you get about 5 feet.
Okay. Can I determine whether it's based on the zombie or the location that the zombie came from?
You would have to do stuff to kind of test that theory, so it's really up to you guys how you wish to handle it.
Varys, give me a hand here.
On it.
This seems right up your alley.
There you go.
I'm trying to test if the zombie has anything to do with the melody of the harp dying away. You mind dragging the corpse a little ways past the spider that we just killed over here?
Fuck yeah, I love science.
All right. You can easily drag it through the little cubby hole, and I'll go ahead and move it. So as you move it away, it stops producing music.
Okay. Let's investigate the zombie further then.
Okay. It's a long decayed corpse. It's pretty much decomposing as you look at it because it's no longer got any sort of energy holding it together.
I will knowledge Arcana on it.
Okay. You definitely know that it was necromancy that kind of produced it. You don't really know from what or from how long ago. I mean, just from the tattered remains of clothing, it's definitely pretty old. And I mean, it was buried in dirt, so it could have been there for a very long time. And the dirt itself probably didn't get really disturbed until you started digging through it. So it could be anywhere as far as how long ago this was.
Okay, but we can tell that the enchantment's coming from the zombie. What else is on the zombie? Holding anything?
No, it's not. It was only holding that harp, which you took away from it. At this point, it's just a dead corpse.
Anybody got a knife?
Why see what happens if you give the zombie the harp back?
Hold on, I'd actually like to test Arcana. Is the harp tied to the zombie in any way?
Say again?
Is the harp tied to the zombie in any way? Like,
No, it was just
does
holding
the
it.
enchantment come from the zombie?
From what you can tell, you don't see. Without a detect magic spell, you can't really tell.
Okay. Well, from what I can tell, this harp is magically based upon the zombie. I'm not sure I can figure anything else out from this. Do any of the rest of you have any insight?
I mean, outside of trying to put the harp back on it, I can't really think of anything. This isn't my area of expertise. Unless you want me to throw the harp.
Yeah. We could do two things. Wrap its cold dead fingers back around the harp and pray it doesn't become sort of super zombie. Or we could cut every little piece off this zombie and see if maybe it's got some weird things in it. Or smash open the harp and see if it's got anything cool inside of it.
Well, I'd rather not smash the harp. I mean, at the very least, look at it.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, it's not really going to be a selling point if you say, hey, as long as you keep this dead guy in your house next to it, it self-plays. Unless you bury it in the wall. And you have the harp right next to it.
I'll be honest, I'm very hesitant to just take a zombie apart, though, and see what makes the harp tick with it.
Discovery requires experimentation, my dear friend.
I'll assist you, but I'm actually really struggling with this whole concept.
You're also
And at
doing
the
this in a
very
room
least-
filled with green webs.
Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna back away too. It's like I don't really wanna. Yeah.
God,
You
it's
guys
almost
got
too
it.
easy. It's almost too easy with you. Come on.
And honestly, I really don't want to even take apart this man. I feel we should give him actual burial.
Why? He was raised with evil energy, man. He'll be buried down here.
That's not the point. That's not who he was before this.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I'll give you that, but He was probably. I mean, technically, he was buried, and you dug him up.
That's also not the point.
Let's just go, man. He's not gonna get a proper burial here. Let's go. We got.
Okay, but
There's a bigger picture here, and it's clearing all the bad things.
We
You're right.
can come back for it.
we'll move on. But I would rather like to take him out and give him a proper burial on the way out.
All right. So you get away from the rotting corpse that's now in the dead phantom spider room, and you guys go back to the opening, which is you can definitely see it's illuminated. It's illuminated with Also, I'm assuming you guys cast light spells at some point. so,
Yeah.
so at
Doesn't Darwin have light spells?
I think
Yeah, if you assume much if you assume me or Varus casting it.
Yeah, he had him. That's what we did last time.
yeah. I mean, it's how you guys have been able to see without torches. Anyway, in any case, this room is illuminated. It seems to be illuminated by some sort of light spell. And let's see. It's a 6-sided chamber, and it seems to have it's tiled with obsidian and redstone slabs. The ceiling seems to rise to a point about 20 feet high, and you see an altar, which is that little rectangle there. That's carved out of black marble. It's pretty much in right where you see it, and you can see that there are runes inscribed on its smooth surface. There's also a door to the left and a door up top.
Okay, I'd like to actually approach the altar and use my religion skill to
Alright.
see what I can surmise from it.
Okay.
Yo, dog, you religion on
And that
this?
was the wrong skill.
That is insight. You realize this is hard to read a stone.
Just
Alright.
religion like this, man.
Wow, fuck.
Alright, so you religion it up, and you don't. It doesn't seem like a religious altar. It doesn't seem to be tied to any sort of deity that you know of.
Doesn't seem to be a religious altar?
Right, it's just an altar. But it
Are
seems to
there
have.
any?
It does have. Sorry, it has several runes on it that are inscribed on it.
Anything we can read or symbols we've seen before?
And you can do investigations. You can also, I guess, do arcana checks as well.
I will investigate.
Yes, I'm proficient at those.
That's where I'm a Viking.
Well, I will do an arcana check.
Okay.
Nice. Cover our bases.
Cover our bases.
You know, I don't know how you expect to pull that zombie out of here if you can't pull your weight in the mind skill.
Wow.
God damn it.
Johnny, there are no tracks.
Can you heal that,
Just
cleric?
checking.
Can you heal that burn?
God damn. All right, so as you guys, pretty much are circling the altar, and it pretty much has runes. You notice that there's an inscription on this bottom side of the altar. When you look at it initially, it seems to be in some sort of ancient language that you've pretty much never seen.
Okay.
But as you look at it, the runes and words actually start to change, and will actually change to a language that you're familiar with. And I guess in
Oh,
your case,
shit.
in that case, it'll be Elven.
Oh man, it can be Elven, Infernal, Draconic, Celestial.
I went with
Common.
I went with your base race freaking language. Anyway, so here's what it says for you. It says.
Hold on.
You gonna write this down?
No, I need notes. Notes. I can never find the notes.
Goddamn, bro.
It's just like throwing papers everywhere.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, it says, "Who seeks to recall life's past light, walks with sufferance to the right." Then it says, "Who seeks a test from those bereft, walks with reticence to the left." Thank you, freaking module, for putting
Oh
words
my
I can't
God.
pronounce.
Yeah, just write it
Got it.
down.
All right, I'll write it down for you.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it. I can actually speak Elvish too, so I actually know what you're saying here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call Nazmir over to my side. Nazmir, you're gonna want to see this. Come here. This was not Elvish just a second ago.
Excuse me, what?
These
Doesn't
runes,
look like
man.
Elvish to me.
Well, it looks like
Actually,
Elvish to
well,
me.
actually for Nazmir, it looks like the ancient language, but as he looks at it, it becomes Gnomish.
What? Crazy.
Holy shit!
I want to see. I want to see.
God.
Uh,
Johnny,
Varys,
what
for,
is
for
it?
Johnny, it actually turns into sort of like a football play with X's and O's on it.
Oh, hey, I ran this like 2 months ago.
God, shut up, Johnny.
All right,
Okay, hold on, Brian.
here it is.
Does Nazmir notice the change?
Um,
Or, excuse me, does Varys notice the change when I walk to it? Does it change for him as well, or just for me?
it seems to only change for, well, I mean, you think it's in Gnomish and he thinks it's in Elvish, and Johnny thinks it's in Sports Plays.
Seriously, it's Spider 2Y.
Man. It was in this weird language, and now it's in Elven. I mean, you can read Elven, right?
Yes, I can.
But it's
So
in
you can
Gnomish for
see
him.
this.
He sees it in Gnomish.
It's in Gnomish for me,
It's an Elven for me.
which I would like to point out is actually written in Dwarvish script, even though it's spoken in Gnomish.
Seriously, it's a cover 2. This is really like it's a football play. How are you
It's
not
a
getting this?
screen.
It's past 1.
All right, I gotta see how
My
this shit
favorite
looks at a
technical
fucking
play.
play diagram where who seeks to recall life's past light walks with sufferance to the light.
And so if Aaron Rodgers was the greatest of all time, and he
I don't know.
passeth to his future receiver, Calvin Johnson, and the crowd went wild.
Just think it's in the
And
voice
the-
of John Madden. You see,
And the-
if you
and the league
recall
was
life
very
a past
Lambo.
light, you gotta go right.
I don't know who this Aaron Rodgers is, but I
Life's
don't like
past
it.
light.
And the leap was so Lambo, you could hear the whole division cry out, "Fuck you!"
Hold on. Life's past light. Does that have reference to the harp, do you think?
Life's past light walks with sufferance to the right, who seeks a
And who-
test from those bereft. Man, I'm gonna need a dictionary for a couple of these words.
Reticence.
I don't know what reticence means, man. I've never approached that.
I think your character might know what reticence means, though.
I don't
That's
even-
great, but he has to go through me, and I should basically know this. I don't know what the fuck that word means.
If it makes it easier, just remove sufferance and reticence from the phrase. So it'd be walks to the right and walks to the left. Because honestly, I don't know what reticence means, and I don't want to look it up.
I'm about to Google that shit, man.
Ask Jeeves it.
I'm dictionary.com in it. All right,
Dang it, 'cause I
reticence.
hate myself.
Reticence. Disposed to be silent or not to speak freely.
All right.
Reluctant or
Ooh.
restrained.
All right.
Okay, so there you go, guys.
Walks with restraint to the left.
Not just
Alright.
restraint. I honestly think we should walk with silence because of what we've seen so far.
So you're taking this very
You-
literally. If we
Don't
go
you
to
think
the
we
right,
should?
if you go to the right,
Yeah, we suffered. Don't you think that we should be silent if we go to the left? Honestly, I really think we've stumbled upon something strange here.
What gave it away?
The fact that each of us reads this in our own language, Mr. 4 touchdowns in one
Very
game.
sure it's still Spider 2Y banana. I don't know where this riddle's coming from.
You might need to
It
eat a
makes my head
Snickers so
hurt.
you get a little loopy when you're hungry.
but what if it's not our right the way we're looking? What if the path that we came from is the left?
So like the reason I positioned you
Oh.
here was because the writing is the way you're facing. So right now you're facing north, and as you read this stuff.
But I mean, that's still part of the riddle.
No, I
bereave-
see where he's getting at because
Because bereave is still to be to deprive and make desolate by death. and the necromantic zombie was there on our right. So he could be the left if we came in through the door across from us where those statues are. Because that looks like it'd
Right.
be the main way coming through here. And if we think about it like this, like we'd be standing behind this pulpit announcing to people in this room who'd be staring at us. And, you know, if we give a speech, we base it off of their left and right, not ours.
Now that's an interesting take.
That's my hot take.
That's a hot take, fool. Ah.
Because think about this, because if we had gone with silence through that right part, which would have been the left, if we had walked with enough silence, we would have avoided that zombie, we would have avoided that spider.
Now there is also a hot take. I would like to
Boom.
roll insight.
Okay.
Well, that's assuming the spider was there when, but I'm assuming the
That's
spider
true.
wasn't there when all this was built.
But let's roll something to figure out.
You can
what-
roll an
Hey,
insight, I guess.
Yeah, is this from the purview of people that come in and face the altar and look at it, or is it what the people behind the altar are telling everyone else?
So, I mean, you're not sure if it's whether it's telling like a congregation or something like that, but all you know is if you try to look at this altar from the opposite direction, you would not be able to see the words.
Yeah, but that's what we're saying is that it would
There
be,
you go.
it would be somebody speaking from this side at an audience.
Right.
Like, even it would be small, but
Yeah,
I mean,
with
and-
that sort of idea, you're not sure if if the speaker would be referring to his left and right, or his or her left or right, or if it's the congregation's left or right.
well, yeah, but that's the thing too. Like, if you're gonna talk about a small religious like elite, basically coming in here to talk about it,
Right. The thing is if from just from the writing, you're not sure whether it was one or the other.
All right, guys. I have a solution. Let's go to the left and be quiet, but at the same time, you know,
be ready.
yeah, be ready to seek a test from those bereft.
I wanna.
Oh man, I love this stuff.
I want to screen cap something.
I had some pretty hot takes right there,
Yeah, you did, bro. All right.
and everybody
I'll
just
throw the
says,
door
"Oh,
open
Bill plays the
and throw
stupid
myself
fighter."
All right, so let's see. Hold on a second. All right, so you open that door. Also, okay. Sorry, for some reason TeamSpeak is flashing for me. I don't know why.
That's me. I
Okay.
just sent something to you because I'm curious.
Oh, just send a whisper. You can do /w space GM to talk to me. Because I can't really.
Okay.
If I open TeamSpeak, it's all the viewers can see the address and stuff.
Right.
So I don't get to. Yeah, you can do it that way. So anyway, the door opened. Just another metal door. And in this room, it's rather small, and it seems to be filled with damp soil that's very similar to the soil that you guys were digging through before.
All right, well, let's be quiet.
All right. I mean, you guys sit there in silence, which is unique, and yeah, you don't really hear anything besides your own breathing, and you see it's just a empty room with I mean, this is besides the area that had the zombie in it. This is the only other room that you've seen that didn't have a stone floor. It's just damp soil.
All right, I'm gonna perception it.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception.
I want to know why the soil's damp.
Blood, idiot.
So, well, looking at it, you don't. It seems to be just kind of like damp soil. It doesn't seem to be damp with blood or anything. It's just somehow slightly moist. You do actually get the faint smell of like mildew and earth. So,
Wow, that's weird. I'm just kidding, man.
I mean, it is kind of weird because it's. Well, I mean, I guess water could stay in here for a while. It's hard to say.
I wouldn't think mildew would be weird at all for damp earth. You know?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, it's definitely that. But I mean, everywhere else you've been, it's kind of been dry and dusty.
Which is why I want to know why the ground's damp.
All right, I'm gonna reach down and scoop up some soil with my dagger.
Okay. So dagger sinks in just fine, and you scoop up some soil. It's definitely very easy to kind of dig through and
Hey,
stuff.
Johnny.
I'm just gonna go through the tactile senses, like touch it, smell it.
It's pretty much just like soft soil. I mean, heck,
What
you
does
might be
the
able to
soil
grow
say,
something in
though?
here if you if you actually had sunlight, but it doesn't seem that it's just regular soil from you can tell.
Johnny, lick this.
Is that normally what we have to do?
Yes, completely normal.
I'd actually like to wander in to right here.
Okay. So Nasper steps in, and the harp starts glowing again, and
Fuck.
he disappears.
Oh shit! The
Wow.
prophecy, it's true.
Did not expect that.
The soil itself seems to be glowing a bit.
Is he still tied to you?
No, we aren't.
You
no.
guys actually haven't
No,
bothered
we're
tightening the
not
rope
dead.
this time.
Oh god.
We just kept it forever. We
That-
just decided we'd always be right.
You guys sleep together, piss together.
Yeah.
Fucking fist together.
All right. So yeah, the soil's right now pulsing, kind of with some a soft glow.
So he fell straight down.
He didn't fall straight down. He literally stepped in. There was a brief flash, and he's gone.
So I just like flashed and disappeared.
Right. And I'm not gonna tell you where you're at yet because I need.
All right.
Okay, but
Johnny,
I'm still okay, right?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the
No.
way.
Okay.
I'm gonna wave my arm in there and
All
try
right.
to see if I can touch him.
Okay. You wave your arm in there. You could see your arm enter the room, and that's it.
What?
That's it. You wave your arm in there.
Oh, I was gonna say, what is my arm gone?
I take a step in. Fuck,
Alright,
nobody else is doing it.
All right. You disappear as well.
Oh Christ! Well, Johnny, tie me off. Tie me to you. Tie me
alright.
to you.
Doing it. Done.
All right. If you feel the rope jerk, pull me back.
Okay.
And if I die, tell your mother I still love her.
All right. So you disappear, and the rope disappears, so it's no longer in Johnny's hand.
Ah.
Huh.
Come to the dark side.
Well, I'll see you guys later.
What a good adventure. We all learned so much. I took away a lot from this. When the next group comes to town, I can start again.
Uh-huh.
And it was said that Johnny worked on his farm for the rest of his day.
Nah, man, that's the bad end. We're going for the true ending.
The true ending. All right, and you disappear. Okay. So you guys are gonna flash
Holy
into a new
tits.
room, which I'm gonna put over here. Boop. All right. So this room is it's bigger than the room that you stepped into. It still has that very damp earth below it, or under your feet rather. Your harp is still glowing and playing some music. It seems to be a little bit more active as far as like the music. It's a little bit more.
Oh shit.
There's a little bit more notes being played, and it's glowing, of course.
Uh-oh.
Looking around, you see it's soft earth, and you see a small alcove in the west wall. You see a darkened skull sits there.
All right, I'm gonna perception the room.
Okay, go ahead and make it.
Yeah, me too.
Good job,
Are we
Johnny.
on the map at all?
Ooh.
Yeah, right side. Right
Yeah,
side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, technically you
Oh,
don't
okay.
really know where you're at, but this is just so I can actually have a room.
Gotcha.
So you have no reference of where you are compared to your notes. Okay, so you guys search the room. Besides that skull, there doesn't seem to be any doors or windows or any way in or out of this room. The soil is not glowing, it's just regular earth. And the only thing that seems to be out of the ordinary is the fact the harp is glowing and playing.
All right, I'm gonna poke the skull with my dagger.
Okay, you poke it.
I'm gonna
It's-
investigate it.
Okay, you jostle the skull a
I
little bit.
cast
What's
I
up?
cast light on the skull.
Okay, it's now a glowing skull, and you jostle a little bit in the alcove, and you poke it with the dagger. It's made out of bone, so it pretty much just resists the blow. But yeah, it just seems to be kind of a skull.
All right, I'm gonna put it in one of the eye sockets and lift it up. See if it's not attached to anything on the ground.
No, I mean it's kind of hard to get out of the alcove because it seems to be kind of wedged in there. But other than that, it's just a skull. It's a humanoid
What
skull.
happens if I set the harp down?
If you set the harp down, it's still glowing and playing.
Really?
Yes.
Like even with the strings pressed against the earth?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say that. Well, I guess it'll start messing with the notes because you're pressing it into the earth, but it's still attempting to play.
Really? Okay. Well, I'll pull it back up and clean it off as best I can.
All right.
I'd like to say hello to the skull, actually.
Okay. You speak to the skull. It doesn't seem to respond back. It's right now glowing because of a light spell, but other than that, it's kind of just sitting there.
It's not focusing at all on anything or doing anything untoward.
Nope, it's not moving. The only time it moved at all was when Varus started messing with it.
Okay. And this room has no other exits.
Correct.
Like nothing above me,
Nothing above
nothing
you.
below me.
Right. This is a 20-foot by 20-foot square chamber of stone.
I'd like to
And
place
this is
the
where we
harp next to
die.
the skull.
What's that?
I would like to place the harp next to the skull.
Okay. It's still just playing and glowing.
Guys, I think I have no idea what's going on.
I think we're screwed.
Welcome to Shrug City, guys.
All right. So
Hold on.
All right. What are you guys doing?
I try to pry the skull out of the socket.
Okay. I mean,
I'll pick the
eventually.
harp back up.
Okay. Eventually, you pry it out of the wall. It wasn't too hard to get out of there. Besides just being kind of wedged in a tight space. And it's just
Alright.
it's a humanoid skull. Seems to be been here for a while.
Have we tried something on the walls?
You said stone walls, right?
You can do it's stone walls. You can do first you rolled your investigation. You look around the walls. You try to see if you can find anything similar to the secret doors you found before. Doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. The only thing that's different on any of the walls is the west wall having that little alcove for that where the skull was in.
Hmm.
And there's nothing in the alcove besides it used to be a skull, but now Darvin has it.
Did you guys do your magic thing yet?
What magic thing?
Thing where you check stuff with magic. Out of game Arcana.
Arcana?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Hold on.
Okay.
Alright, guys. I'm thinking from the rail before.
Varus forgets magic.
I
That
can
doesn't
does
help.
magic, dude.
That doesn't help at all.
Who seeks a test from those bereft.
I can has
Walk
magic
from
missile?
Reticence to the left. So, a test from those bereft. What would someone bereft test us with?
You're gonna have to tell Johnny what bereft means because he's just kind of tilting his head.
Be. Well,
It's kind of deprived. It doesn't. It's missing something.
Okay. Hmm.
Everybody likes rest.
Deprived of, robbed of,
Yeah.
stripped of, that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Perhaps
especially by
deprived of
death,
anything.
or to deprive by force. Um.
Darwin, I hate to ask this of you, and I know that you have no real reason to trust all of us, but can you douse your light spell?
Sure, I was just throwing shit around trying to get something to happen.
Okay.
I'll cancel the light spell.
Okay.
All right.
If you cancel all the light spells, I mean, you still get the glow of the harp, pretty much kind of illuminating things a little bit. But I mean, with your dark vision, you can still kind of clearly see the room. You don't seem to notice any change.
I'm not looking for that. Guys, circle up.
All right.
Bereft
Huddle up.
means absence of everything.
Well,
I
it's something
really-
that's taken.
Yes, and I don't want to do this, but should we smash the heart? Should we bury it? Like, can we do anything with it? Do you think this is the answer to that riddle?
You can make a knowledge arcana, I guess, if you want to learn more about the harp. Alright, so for general stuff about magical items, things that, I mean, there are obviously the ones that are like you drink a potion and it does some sort of effect, or there's something where you kind of throw dust, or some of them are just simply they're enchanted, but anything that's fancier than that usually has some sort of activation to activate it. It's unknown if this is one of those items, but right now it seems to be just reacting to something, and other than that, you guys haven't really made any attempts to activate it in any way.
Right, so what is activating this fucking heart?
Is there a power word etched on it anywhere?
You look through it, you don't seem to notice any sort of you don't seem to notice any sort of engravings or anything that would hint at a was it command word.
How many strings are on this thing?
I honestly don't know how many strings are on a harp. So
Oh, okay.
standard amount.
Standard harp.
Well, I'm just asking because it might be like some bullshit like 4-string harp.
It's a 1-string harp.
Yeah. It's like the dude went out and got the magical ukulele. You know? It's tiny and adorable, and the guy strums it, but he's a big fat Samoan.
No, it seems to be kind of a standard harp. You can probably, it's I guess maybe similar to like the size of a hand harp, and so it has enough strings.
Has anyone tried strumming the harp yet?
I mean, right now it's kind of strumming itself as it kind of plays stuff.
And
Yeah,
that's
none of
cool.
us have actually tried playing it.
Yeah, try playing it.
All right, it'll probably be a charisma check since I don't think anyone has any perform skills.
Well-
Honestly, who
I'll
wants to
take
try
it.
the harp out?
Fuck it, I will.
I have the highest charisma score, I bet.
Okay. I have the highest want to experiment.
Darwin, I leave it to you. And I'll
You want me
hand you
to-
the harp.
Do you want me to roll my charisma save, or what do you want me to roll?
Yeah, just do a standard charisma roll because I don't think you have any skills that.
Play
Well, but-
Freebird.
Okay.
Oh, and
He realizes he doesn't really know the lyrics for Freebird.
Play Brown
You
Eyed
should have
Girl.
played Stairway to Heaven, you faggot.
No.
No stairway of
God.
heaven in this
Smells on the
dungeon. Denied.
Oh, I